have you been noticing this? I'm curious to know if you're noticing noticing that kind of that unwillingness to commit, or a question, like a really not willing to be all in right now. I'm going to wait for you guys to reply because this is important. I need to know where you're at. Are you, like, on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's do it this way, right? Scale of 1 to 10. 10, I'm already all in, Nia. No questions. You know, like an 8 would be, I want to be all in. I can feel the pull of it, but something's holding me back. 5 is like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Nia. And 1 is like, I'm putting everything on hold until I get better, like a better awareness. Where are you at? Scale of 1 to 10. An 8. Sherry, great. Thank you. I love that. Where are you guys at? I'm going to invite you to really lay claim to where you're at right now. Because it'll help. It'll help because part of it is we kind of we're vague with ourselves and with each other. Like when we're vague, we never really are missing out, right? We are never really there. So Carrie, you're at a 1. Okay, like, hey, I'm just hunkering down. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. That's okay. Isn't it better to just like lay claim to it? How about you, Adrian? How about you, Gail? Where are you guys at? And Angela, where are you at? I'm patient, sort of. So where are you at in this? I'm gonna see. And the reason I'm asking is I think that it's so important that we are holding this vibration with each other of knowing, because right now there are a lot of people speaking in platitudes and assumptions. Have you noticed this? Like people, great, Adrian, I love it. She's at a 7, right? So she's feeling something and then not sure, you know, where to go with this. Like, how do I bring this forward? And I think that's very healthy. And Gail is like, I'm all in. Whatever I am led to do, I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. And I love that. There's no judgment. This isn't a competition. Like, oh, well, Gail gets the gold star, right? How many of us would love to like throw that down on this? I'm not going to let you, because the first thing, in what I teach, sorry, I just knocked over a whole bunch of stuff. The first thing that I help in coaching, in the work that I do, is to learn how to honor yourself. Like, be where you are at. Honor it. If you're at a 1, be a 1. Feel it. Don't bed down there. Don't go, oh, this is where I am. Angela, right. So you're feeling this pull. You're feeling the urge to move into something new. Linda, we're asking on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you with your level of like willingness to commit your energy, your gifts, your talents, your time, your focus to whatever is emerging? How committed are you? Are you willing to commit? And again, it's not a judgment. None of this is about judging each other or judging ourselves. It's about, let's see where we are. And then let's take a look at what is the thing, the story, the belief, the conditions. Like, Carrie, I'm not putting this on you. I'm just going to say this. If you're at a 1, you might be feeling like, I really don't trust that what I want is even available to me. That and that is a set of conditions. Like, maybe it's because of employment, work, money, whatever that is. Wherever you are is fine, but then we have to see what is it? What is the story that's holding us back? What is the belief that's holding us back? What are the conditions? Whether it's the people in our life, the money, the resources. So I love it. Adrian's ratcheting it up to a 9. I love that. Linda, you're at a 7, 8. Excellent. So we're in, right? And those of us who are in, we're moving in that direction. Those of us who are kind of working up to it. First of all, kudos to be around people who are there. Really, really think about this. Like, if you're going to be around people and you're not sure where you're at, you can either be comparing yourself, or you can go, I'm going to just kind of vibe in this energy. I'm going to be around brilliance. And there was something that I wrote the other day to a friend of mine. we were talking about jealousy, and I'm going to share it briefly here, see if I can find it. I'm going to try it because what came out was really like it felt like it was from me, but then it was also something else. Um, and I said, because we all get jealous of each other, right? We all get jealous and we all start comparing at different points. And it's these things come up, and I wrote, jealousy is so funny. But I also realize, let's see, what did I say? Jealousy is also, where did I write? Sorry, I moved my thing. Okay, here's what I wrote. We are funny. Jealousy is also admiration and aspiration clouded in self-doubt. Jealousy is so funny, but I also realize that I surround myself with really brilliant people. And sometimes it's easy to compare who is brighter. The good news is that we are all shining and our light is bigger than our ego. And that's what it is to be in service. And I will copy that and put that in our group because it really hit me. Like, how many times is what's holding us back is this belief that we're not good enough, or that so and so does it better, or and I am guilty of it, right? But we have to be willing to look at it, acknowledge it, and go, yeah, when you surround yourself with brilliant people, when you surround yourself with bright people who are breathing and being in their vibration of light, jealousy is also really about, I really admire you. I admire everyone on this group, every single one of you. Adrian, I've known you for years, and there is no one I know who does like Reiki with you is just so ridiculously gentle and vibrant and beautiful. I remember telling you, and I still remember feeling, because we used to do Reiki circle, that your energy was like waves coming in and so gentle. And I still remember that. And I'm pretty sure my energy is a little bit more like, whoa, like that, a little bit more. And so to be able to experience that, and I surround myself with healers and teachers, people who are more eloquent than me, people who are less eloquent than me, people who are more bold and like laying claim to things than I do, right? And I could go, oh, I just shouldn't show up today, right? But then what happens is then the world doesn't get us, and the world doesn't shine as bright because we're diminishing ourselves. Why? Because I dare compare myself to somebody who's just as brilliant, just shining a little differently. And so we get to look at things through a different lens. We have this opportunity. And this morning, like on a whim, all brilliant things happen for me in the shower. All brilliant things happen for me in the shower or in my car, which I'm never in anymore. So, shower it is. And I was in there, and all of a sudden I was thinking about something, and I'm like, it's really, we have to flip the script. We have to look at things through a new lens. We are coming into a new vibration in this meditation. One of the things that we're doing is we're touching this experience of our exponentiality, our the possibility of all that is. We are in harmony with this life force, and we breathe into this and we touch it. Sometimes we touch it for 5 minutes, sometimes we touch it all day. We're feeling it and experiencing it. And then we have these moments of jealousy or fear or lack or doubt, and of course we do. And what we don't have, how do I navigate through that? How do I work through that? How do I try something different? And today it occurred to me, I'm like, oh, it's really not, it's not a it's not a hard thing, but it requires tenacity and practice and willingness and vulnerability to be able to flip the script that is ingrained in us to be jealous is habituated in our consciousness. The flip to have fear around money is habituated in our consciousness. And to be mad at ourselves for something that is habit, we just had like that would be, we do things the way we've always done them until we have something better. And it's up to us to find what is better for us. Like, don't do what I do. I can give you ideas and formulas and ways to access that, but you need to find out what is right for you. And just like Adrian said, lots of flowers in the garden. Every flower knows how to open and bloom in its own time and in its own way, right? You have to access your genius. And when you access that and honor that and begin to trust in that, things emerge in a new way. And so it's how do we trust in the genius that is in and of us? Understanding what is inherent in our being and what is it that we are drawing on and inviting in and merging with constantly. It is a beautiful thing. And so when we are in this practice, we're opening to our like expanding our capacity, expanding our experience of who and what we are. And then we come back and we don't really have practices and mental habits that support that. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's like how do we bridge that? How do we start to be in the practice of seeing that we are at, for example, at this case, I am not at all committed, right? Let's just say that. Like if you're there or you're like something's holding you back to go, ooh, what's happening here? That we're not like, what's wrong with me? Judging ourselves, but that we are at a point of going, I wonder what that's about. Wow, I don't trust, for example, this would be a good one. I don't trust that I'm going to be supported if I step in because in my past, I feel like I've always had to go everything alone, right? And so I'm resistant to putting myself out there. Air quotes around that, right? Whatever that means. That's one of the most vague things in the world. And so we go, oh, I don't want to do that because I might end up alone or people might judge me or they might not want what I have to offer. Oh, and that I'm going to slap on me. And so I feel like we're moving to a place where we can start to expand in daily practices, daily ways of engaging with our own mental processes and responses and thoughts and be able to realign them, reframe and build new habits, new processes that aren't built in stuckness or in rigidity, but in expansion. And what's interesting about that is we have to be willing to be nimble. We have to be willing to trust that if we are of this energy and vibration of a constantly and ever expanding consciousness, if we are of that, then how can anything be rigid? Does that make sense? That our rigidity, our need for rules, our need to build new structures actually impede the flexibility that is in need and in desire in our physical and mental and emotional bodies. And so as we run up against our limitations and run up against our mental responses and we run up against this, that we are willing, that we find within us and have now acclimated to a willingness of that might not be true anymore for me today. Or I followed this practice for 20 years and now I'm finding that I'm being led and guided and expanding in new ways. That takes courage. That takes a willingness and that takes a level of commitment where we are actually choosing to be engaged and committed at a 10 all the time. And I want you to think about that. Just take that in. Imagine being so engaged in your experience of being, not in your business, not in what you're producing, not in making money, not in any, just in your beingness, in how, in in your willingness to be a vessel of inspiration, of light, of what that looks like, that you are so committed that when something that is restrictive emerges in your consciousness, that you are willing to surrender it. That your attachment is less to the structures or to the forms or to the beliefs, but more to the knowing of who you are and your vibration of who you are. Does that I hope that makes sense. That was a lot that just plowed out of my mouth. But I had this moment this morning, I'm like, oh, it's about like really providing some ways that in literally in 30 days you can create a new habit. A new mental, and I don't even want to say habit, a new, think of it this way, a new set of neural pathways that are more expanded and in alignment with an ever expanding universe. Can you imagine how cool that would be? I just thought that would be so fun. So I think that's kind of what's starting to emerge is how do you do that? How do you bring that into everything that you are doing into your life, with your grandkids, with your kids, with your work? What if there were no walls? What if there was I mean, what if there was um, no limit? How would you show up every day? Would you show up like this, ready to duke it out with people, or would you show up and go, "Okay, I see that this is how you're looking at it, and that part of me that wants to meet you and fight it out, I see that too." Right? Coming into a different way of doing it, and can I be in that and not have to engage in it in the same way without, and here is, I think this is the most important thing, without bypassing the truth of my experience, without having to raise my vibration or get into a better mood, that I can be angry, I can be scared, I can be upset, I can have all of that and be with it and trust that that too shall pass as quickly as the breath passes, that I can be in it and honor my experience and not have to build a story around it. I think that's the invitation. And when I think about what is often talked about as new earth, new world, sometimes we think about it as the physical surroundings or the structures that we live in or the way we live. Like suddenly we're all gonna, wear hemp clothes and we're gonna be singing kumbaya and doing all that, right? Maybe. But personally, I think it's not about that at all. I think it's really about our new relationship, our choosing to be in relationship with everything as simply God. Everything, everyone, and realizing that we are helping co-create something that's truly amazing. I think that to me resonates more because I feel like that's what we've been shown and shown and shown, and then we keep trying to go back to making everything solid again and coming up with a new structure. I'm like, that's just kind of more of the same. So how do we get into those practices? And so be looking for I'll be sharing more about that since it just popped into my head, but I feel like I really want to be able to support new ways of being that I'm learning, that I'm practicing, that I'm fumbling through as well. Um, and to give us some practice, give us some training wheels as we're going about so that as we're in this expanded state of being, that we actually can bring it into our everyday and see a difference in how we are responding in and with everything in our world, honoring and blessing everything in our world as we honor and bless ourselves as we are. That is, I mean, that's really, I think it's possible. I'm feeling it. And I've been doing it now for over a week for sure, like really brought into that and truly grateful. So Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I could talk 100 miles a minute, but I think we need to do our practice, don't you? Haven't you been missing it? I've been doing it on my own, but boy, I miss it with all of you. So let's go ahead. Gonna have a sip, and let's go ahead and take some deep breaths and come into this now moment. Take a few deep and cleansing breaths, bringing your attention and your awareness to right now. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in light and love and appreciation for your physical body. Imagine all of your cells just opening wide up to receive that breath, to receive that light, and relaxing in the exhale. Breathing in, filling up, feeling all that light moving into your body and relaxing, releasing anything that is not working for you, anything that is taking up space in your physical, emotional, mental bodies. And as you breathe in, following your breath in behind your thoughts, behind your emotions, finding that still, quiet place within and relaxing there. Breathing in behind your thoughts, behind your emotions, falling away gently into this quiet stillness. This place within that is always peaceful and present, quiet, offering you a connection with your divine self, feeling the love and support and connection with the divine. We breathe into this space. Breathing into the quiet where we feel and experience our connection with God. It is so easy to come to this place. Breathing, being in the quiet, in the stillness, coming to the fullness of this present moment. We breathe. It is in this place that we have access to inspiration, to connection, to experiencing our wholeness, our holiness. It is here that we can ask a question and have faith that an answer will be forthcoming. It is here that we can see the seeds of inspiration growing, offering access to ideas and ways and methods that our mind cannot access by themselves. And we breathe. We breathe into the being. I'm going to allow you to breathe for just a minute. And I'll be back. Just keep breathing in this peaceful place. And we breathe. And it's from this peaceful place that we are able to become aware of our physical body, feeling our chest rise and fall gently with every breath. Aware that our heart is beating and pumping blood throughout our body. Noticing that our muscles are holding us in a comfortable position. Our stomach and our intestines digesting our breakfast. Everything happening in divine order. We breathe, realizing that all of this is going on without a single thought. No thoughts guiding all of these functions. Every part of our body awake to its divine purpose. And we breathe in love and appreciation for every cell, every molecule, every electrical charge moving through this body, holding the vibration of life that allows us to be here, be present, be in this now moment. And we breathe in this beautiful light of love and appreciation, honoring and blessing this vessel, blessing and awakening every cell to its fullest capacity to operate in its divine function, and feeling this awakened state of being through our entire physical body. The vibration of divine blessing moving in and through every cell. And we are enlivened in this vibration, bringing our attention outward from our physical body to our energetic field. We breathe in and experience the vibration and flow of energy around us, like our own atmosphere. Our energy field is our first connection with other, allowing us to experience the changes and fluctuations in our energy field before our senses are awakened. This is activating our knowing, our highest wisdom, our highest awareness. And we resonate. All of our energy field, every cell of our body resonates in what is God, what is divine. And this resonance is like a magnet for that which is good for us, that which is in alignment with what is holy, what is life-giving. And our energy field is a blessing. And we breathe, aware that We are porous to the world around us. Energy moving in and through, drawing to us all that we desire, all that is in harmony, all that is life-giving and life-affirming. And that which is a detraction or a diminishment, there is no resonance. It is gently rebuffed, and our vibration, the awareness of our vessel is unseen, unfelt. We can trust and rely in our vibration, in our wholeness and holiness, that it is working always with the law of resonance. And it is from here that we bring our attention beneath our feet to our connection to Mother Earth. Like an umbilical cord, we are tethered to her, to the very depths and core of this planet. This tether has been with us since before we were born. We felt our gentle pull to her, feeling the gentle tug and love that is gravity that holds us to her. Every cell awash in the love, the warm, red, thick energy that is this Mother Earth energy, moving in and through us, giving us place, giving us home, and awakening our sense of belonging. We are of her, and she moves in and through us, awakening our nature, awakening our vibration, inviting alignment to all that is alive and vital on this planet. And we breathe and feel our awareness expand beyond our physical and energetic fields, aware of life that moves in and through and about this planet. Awake to our infinite connection, to our place on this earth. And from this place of wholeness, holiness, and belonging, we raise our attention above our head to our quantum field, to the point that is our connection with the all that is. We are wide open like a tulip to receive, our vessel open and ready to receive the light of the Christ consciousness pouring forth into our vessel, nourishing us, nurturing us. And we breathe in this crystalline, golden energy. And every breath we are expanded to our capacity, stretched. And in the exhale, we surrender, relaxing fully, trusting that the next breath will be fulfilling. Breathing in and experience satisfaction and fulfillment. Awakening our sense of fullness and presence. In the exhale, we relax and surrender. Surrender our sense of limitation and feel the breath expand outward, stretching us beyond our understanding. Breathing in, expanding, stretching, exhaling, and expanding even farther. We begin to feel the gentle pull of being breathed by the universe, awakening the rhythm within our vessel. Our growing awareness of what it is to be fully present, fully awake, fully aware, and without limit. We breathe and float in the experience of the infinite. And as we breathe, we feel from deep and within our physical form a growing crystalline structure moving outward, stronger, flowing along our entire skeletal structure, along our bones, up our neck, back, ribs, femur, arms, all that we are, up and around our skeletal structure. This crystalline formation expanding as we breathe. Crystalline blue, it vibrates and resonates as we breathe light. It amplifies our light, amplifying our connection with the divine, amplifying our resonance into the consciousness of humanity, into the awakening of the planet. We breathe and expand, feeling the energy and vibration of our light amplified, brighter, more resonant, gentle, yet powerful, more brilliant than 10,000 suns. It reaches into the very depths of the consciousness of humanity. And we breathe, awake to our wholeness, awake that our wholeness is our vibration, that it is, in fact, who and what we are, amplified, whole, clear, awake to trust and truth in our vessel. It rings true. Truth vibrates in a way that we cannot deny, awakening our consciousness, awakening the mental and emotional functions, shaking us free from the story, that we can come into the vibration of truth. And from our crown chakra, we receive the beautiful light of harmony pouring forth into our physical vessel, moving outward into our energetic field. Iridescent peach moving in and outward in waves of ribbon energy. It moves outward into the consciousness of all of life, awakening us to our divine nature, awakening us to the truth of who we are and what we are capable of. And we breathe strong, clear, resonant, holy. Ah. Ah. Beautiful light vessel, your resonance, awake in your truth, awake to your divinity, that which bore you, that which birthed you into consciousness. Awake now in your being. Breathe and be in this. Feel your edges. Feel who you think yourself to be, your name, your title, your doingness. Feel the edges that this creates. And let us breathe light into all of this, allowing it to lighten, to dissipate in its necessity, in its matter, breathing in and between every cell until you forget what it is you are breathing into. All of this available to you, dear ones. All that you believe yourself to be, all that you believe must be. And the way beyond your belief is through the breath. Your belief matters because you give it attention, because you believe it must matter. Breathe in between it. Do not create a new belief, but create an idea, a notion, a temporary structure that does not matter beyond what is necessary. Growing and expanding your awareness that it is all created and eliminated in the breath. In this, you will find great power, dear ones, and more than this, great freedom. But it is an undoing of that which you have believed matters. We bless and honor you. We hold you in your wholeness. We see and recognize your light so that many others may also see and recognize your light. Nothing, dear ones, is ever wasted. Breathe and trust that you are in service. We honor and bless you. Hmm. I am uh, rather, to be honest, I'm just really, um, that was really beautiful. And I need to go back and listen to those words. The experience that I had in the words. So sometimes the words are coming through, and I also have images of this, and it's we are we are getting the opportunity to trust in our ability, in our it's not ability. I get, yeah, in our nature that we are creators. The more that we allow ourselves to lean into this, and that there's nothing we are incapable of creating, there's nothing that is beyond us, then we reframe everything. It's just really beautiful. Yeah, Sherry, I felt that too. I felt very much in connection. Hi, Mary Jo. Thank you for the reminder of what breath accomplishes. It does. And this is that place, and understand that the hardest part is that we are being shown in these, this is how it's being presented to me, is that every every time we gather to receive, over the last 4 or 5 months, we have been doing meditation after meditation, practice after practice, and it's never exactly the same. And yet we are growing in our practice. And you would think, in order to do something, right, to create habit, is to do the exact same thing. Boom, boom, boom. But what it is it's the willingness to do what is led in that moment. And the structure, the form is not the thing. It opens us up to the thing. I hope that makes sense. So I just think it's so powerful. So powerful. And I just want to thank you guys. Sorry I had to get up. My dog is really funny today. He's been funny the last couple days. Um, and so uh, I'm conscious of him out there. So I will probably end this. But I also want to say, um, I don't know if you're still on, Gail, but can you give the name of your friend's dog? That, and this is for anybody. I really want to invite us, and I think I'm gonna start something in our group, um, that I'll just on Wednesdays, maybe I'll do it on Wednesdays, but you can do it any day, is share who you would like us to breathe with, or what is coming up that you need support through the breath that we can all do this with. Does that make sense? It's like, it's not, I don't want to focus necessarily on something that needs to be healed, but that uh, to hold that vibration, but that we are holding a vibration of wholeness together, right? That we are accessing this together. And so it's sometimes we need that energetic support or to speak up, wow, I'm feeling really stuck. I can't see my way through this. And it's not to necessarily get the fix, but to be heard and to be acknowledged and to allow us to breathe that light into your awareness that now, ah, there it is. And so what we can do, like for example, Pearl, this beautiful, beautiful dog who I love, her name's Pearl, is going through some health issues. And so what we can do is not just breathe for Pearl, but for all of her caregivers, everyone who's there, that they go, oh, wow, maybe it's this, and they find out that it's something that doesn't require surgery or that it addresses the issue right away. So that it's not just the problem or the body that's being healed, but that all that are surrounding and holding space for Pearl, that they are being inspired and open to the light of spirit. That as we bless them, they are blessing Pearl, and Pearl is blessing them, and they are blessing us. You see, it's never ending, it's exponential. But when we focus on there's a problem to be fixed, we get fixated on the problem and we're not focused on the fact that there are multiple people, multiple resources able to access that. So be thinking about what it is you've been stuck with, what you've been challenged with, what is it that is keeping you from standing in your truth and your vibration and what it is. And trust me, we all have it. But just be in that rather than seeking say, "What is it I really need? I need to know there's a way for me to do this." Okay? And then I get to make a choice. You might get inspiration, and you might go, "I really love that. I don't have the time for it right now. Oh, I really love that, but that's not really my jam." It's for somebody else, and you can let it go and trust that more will come. There's not just a one size fits all or one invitation coming your way or one way to health. There are multiple ways. And so can we hold that inspiration? Can we hold that vibration together?